Sometimes the easiest pricing strategy is just to avoid the mistakes that other people have already made. First one, don't price off your competition alone. You're going to want to consider all of those variables that we talked about. So you don't want to just see like, who's my biggest competition and let me charge $10 a session less than them. Because then it's going to be a price war. And if they lower their price, then you're going to have to do the same thing. That is just not a favorable situation to be in. There's more to consider than just price when you're analyzing your competition. The second one here, so don't compete on price alone. This is the 1A of the don't price off your competition alone. But we say, let somebody else go out of business before you. If they're constantly competing on price, they're probably not able to meet their expenses. They're not considering the value. So you need to make sure that you're doing that so that you can always be making money, because the alternative to always be making money is to not be making money, and that is not a good business strategy. Don't price yourself in the middle. It's not really tricky, but it is one that takes some thought. So pricing in the middle of your market typically means you're in no man's land. So you're not the best price solution or the value solution, and you're also not the most luxurious, which kind of just puts you out there on your own. So you want to really think about, when you're taking into consideration your expenses and you're looking at how you compare to your competitors in the market, that you're gonna want to go on one side of the middle or the other based on your service and the value of that service. So in the middle is not the best place to be. And then the fourth one here is don't default to discounting. We just talked about this, but it needs to be strategic and it needs to align with your business and the vision, and used with purpose. It does not need to be reactionary. And the next one, and we see this a lot too, don't let your beliefs dictate your prices. Be objective. Think about the value that you really provide to your customer. We've seen this a lot as people have gone virtual, not believing that they can charge the same amount for virtual training that they can for in person, or having limiting beliefs in general, like they wouldn't pay this much for a service. So how could they ask a client to? And we see this a lot also with staff and trainers. It's really important that you go through the process that we talked about and that you see what your baseline is and your break even, and you consider the value of your service and use all of those components to set your price, and don't let your limiting beliefs dictate what you can charge for your service. The next one, don't price to please everyone. Price appropriately for the customer, for your ideal client. The next one, don't forget about value. We've talked about this a lot, but you've got to make sure you're not pricing just on your break even alone. That's used in your pricing calculation, but you also have to consider the value into your pricing strategy. And then the next one, don't price against your ambitions. Make sure that your pricing strategy is aligned with the direction of your business. If you want to grow, if you want to open another location, those ambitions are going to need to be factored in. You're going to need that profitability or that margin in order to do more. And so you just need to make sure that your strategy is aligned with your strategic direction.